Some of you have probably noticed that it's been a hot minute since I talked about a ROM hack, and all I gotta say is, whoopsies, I guess. Elden Ring basically stole an entire month of my life, and then Kirby came in and stole the next week, and then I decided to play Sticker Star for some reason. That was a bad move, but I'm glad it's over and done with now. It has been a long and bumpy road without talking about ROM hacks, and it's about time I got my fix. I don't even remember the last time I talked about one, but it was probably the Peach's Rage Quit hack or something. Today though, we're going back to basics with a regular full-sized 120-star hack. We're gonna ease our way back into things with Into Bowser's Castle, which is a ROM hack that was made almost exactly a year ago, so the timing is almost perfect. This is one of several hacks that was recommended to me a while back, and I'm always open to suggestions, so don't hesitate to send them my way. Otherwise, let's get going. Into Bowser's Castle is a title that is very on the nose. As you can see here, this is Bowser's Castle, and you're not gonna believe this, but you do actually get to go into it. Bowser's Castle seems relatively quaint and not super menacing, and I think that may be somewhat intentional for reasons that may become clear in a minute. It's not the most ambitious ROM hack I've ever played with reconfigured source code that leverages the N64's RAM bus into doing ray tracing somehow, but it is good. One of the things I like about it is that it is an often challenging game that will give you a run for your money, but it's not an absolute penis game with a billion hitboxes and extremely razor-specific maneuvers, jumps requiring pinpoint precision, or extremely tight corridors that make the camera have a coronary. Mostly. The progression of the difficulty is very manageable, and it doesn't tend to pull any fast ones on you, except when it decides to put insta-kill quicksand all over the place. Every ROM hack would be better if they just deleted that, in my opinion, but hey, that's just me. The difficulty is, for the most part, pretty manageable. The reliance on insta-death quicksand is a little frustrating after a while, but I guess that's just how the game is played. The presentation of this hack is not groundbreaking, but it's different enough that you'd notice. There are moments where textures are more highly detailed than you would expect, and many levels just happen to look very unique to what you would probably expect from a Mario game. There's a vague element of eeriness and mystique to Into Bowser's Castle that you don't see in hacks very often. There are worlds drenched in fog and darkness, derelict ruins, abandoned cities. Bowser talks very strangely, much unlike he does in any other piece of media. And what really makes the game stand out from the crowd in the end is, much to my surprise, the story. For a game with basically no exposition or cutscenes with minimal dialogue, a game that is almost entirely focused on gameplay, the story of this hack is surprisingly potent just by slightly challenging your default expectations of the kind of story a Mario 64 ROM hack will typically tell. Can I spoil the ending? Well, I'm gonna, so take it or leave it. After you defeat Bowser for the last time, he just says, "Why?" And then you get teleported to a tiny little graveyard with big candles strewn about. There's no music playing in the background, just dead silence. You see a small pathway leading up to a memorial gravestone of Bowser's shell. Seriously. It's a peculiarly somber moment that I did not see coming at all, and it makes you go, oh. Shit. In this hack, Bowser is made out to be an innocent victim of Mario's invasion. He just politely asks Mario to leave his home, and Mario refuses. Bowser attempts to fight Mario purely in self-defense, but he ends up dead by Mario's hand, who proceeds to take everything from him on the way. It's strange, I actually felt something. It's not exactly common that a ROM hack of all things can call into question the righteousness of your own mission. As you start digging into this ROM hack, you're probably going to notice the level design and aesthetic really stands out. You still have some generic level themes here and there, like the ice level or the water level or the fire level, but they're actually very much the exception and not the rule. There's the bathroom level where everything is gigantic. There's a farm level where you can swap between nighttime and daytime. There's a barn with crop circles suggesting that maybe there's aliens pulling some funky stuff. Then at nighttime there's an alien spaceship and you go on top of it and actually fight an alien. You go to Atlantis and swim through the abandoned ruins looking for treasures. There's an Olympic track and field arena that has a boxing arena inside of it. An abandoned factory with the graphics from GoldenEye. There's a beach town. There's the place where they got the ideas for Sticker Star. And there's an area full of weird white tiles, some of which can kill you. You also got this holiday themed level which plays the theme song to Arthur for some reason. There's no gay rats in this ROM hack, so that's gonna be a bit of a deal breaker for some, but hey, at least you got this mansion level, which is actually kind of annoying, but it's also one of the more unique levels I played in a ROM hack in a very long time. It's an extremely cramped and tight area that was absolutely not designed for Mario 64's camera. You'll kill an enemy and their coins will clip upwards to the next floor. But it's just playable enough that going through it feels like a unique experience that I haven't seen in any other hack before. You really gotta pay attention to the little details in this place, the rooms, the cat paintings, the cramped hallways. It's a very compact and immediate level if you understand the layout. Maybe it would have been better to make the mansion bigger, although that would have required a lot of replanning, and otherwise it's somewhat workable with a close-up camera. Then there's this really funny golf level where the bunker sand kills you instantly. I was not expecting that. This is a nitpick, but I think it's worth noting that a lot of ROM hacks that come out these days have a lot of nice tweaks to them, like how you only need 80 coins instead of 100, or 6 red coins instead of 8, or how you can keep going through the level when you get a star because you don't get booted, thereby protecting the flow of the game from interruptions. These types of quality of life improvements would have been a nice addition to this game, especially as you get into the later levels with all their insta-kill quicksand and cat shit and big-ass falling damage. Obviously though, I did beat the game anyway, so it's not the end of the world, and at least you have infinite lives, so, you know, that's a thing. Then there's the music. As usual, this hack borrows a lot of music from other sources, but remixes them in the Mario 64 sound font, and it sounds pretty good. You're gonna recognize a lot of these songs if you play a lot of games. Into Bowser's Castle is a fun hack with a lot of challenge and unique worlds, but it also tells a strangely foreboding and subtle and subversive story. It's not gonna win an Oscar anytime soon, but that little touch with Bowser as a relatively innocent victim who just wants to defend his home makes it stand out. And for that reason, I would say that this was a pretty good hack for me to get back into the swing of things.